ReefDudes is sponsored by Ecotech Marine and Bulk Reef Supply.
Today we're talking water changes and do you actually need to do them? What's going on, guys? Devin from ReefDudes. So I get asked this constantly. I see it posted on the forums constantly, in the Facebook groups. Do you need to do a water change? No water change methods. And when it comes down to it, you're basically looking at two different considerations. If you're doing a water change, why are you doing it? You're either doing it to add something to the tank or to remove something from the tank. Yeah, exactly. So he likes his water changes. So if we're doing, a lot of people, if they're just starting out, they're not dosing a tank, they're relying on water changes to add that calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium to the tank, and likely some trace elements. And that's going to work well, especially on a smaller tank. Water changes are quick and easy to do. But on a larger system, it can be a lot more costly to do water changes. And that's why a lot of people will look at potentially not doing them or other ways around it. So if you're taking care of your dosing, like your alkalinity, your calcium, magnesium, your trace elements, then again, you're removing that portion of the justification for doing a water change. Now, the other part of doing a water change is to remove something. So that could be a pollutant in the tank, it could be contaminants, but most likely it's nutrients in the form of nitrates and phosphates. Now those can be dealt with something like a protein skimmer and a refugium or something like GFO. So if you're not relying on the nutrient removal aspect, then you can get away without doing water change from that perspective. So you definitely can get by without doing water changes as long as you're looking at them dealing with the additions and removings through other methods. Now, a lot of this advice too for avoiding and not doing water changes, that's going to come on a more aged, well-defined tank. The first year of a tank's life, it generally goes through a lot of ups and downs, and water changes can be a really good buffer to take care of that and deal with it for you. So in general, I would advise sticking to water changes for the first year and a half of a tank. And then if you want to start reducing them, then you can start, making sure things are handled via other means and not necessarily relying on water changes for that purpose. So whether or not you're doing water changes, really, I'm going to advise on where you are in your journey. And if you're a new reefer, just stick to them. It's going to make you more successful and make your job easier. If you're, a year and a half in and your tank is being rock solid stable, you can start reducing them. Just make sure you got your additions in the form of either dosing and your trace elements or your export handled, and you should be good to go. All right, guys, if you got any questions on this, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. I'll catch you guys on the next video.